Wait, was the mic on?
Yes.
Up there?
I will check again.
Okay.
I'm 95% certain it is.
Alright, screw it. We'll do it live. Or resync. I don't think we need to, but anyway, screw it. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Full Circle. This is lucky episode 7.
Jackpot?
Yes, which means giveaway time, psych. Not yet.
Oh.
We will later.
Are we eligible?
We are eligible.
Yes.
Because it's our stuff already.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good.
But, you know me, I'm Odo Harmon Jr. You can find me at Odo Harmon Jr., a.k.a. the horrible person who just faked the giveaway, and there's no giveaway. But someone you can still trust is my co-host,
Jared Fradette. You can find me in social media at all the pertinent websites at TuneVelo.
And don't forget to follow the show at FC Podcast 23.
We have a great show for you again this week. We'll be addressing animes that might or may not be getting reboots. Yu Yu Hakusho has been dabbled about on the web. We will be talking about the PUBG v Fortnite incident. And then starting off, we'll be talking about the Amazon Rekognition. So, Amazon has created facial recognition software a couple years ago, but is now starting to get really full revved up. It started selling it initially to small companies as a way to track their customers inside the stores, and it can track them whether or not their face is showing them. However, it's introduced more controversy as of late as it started to sell these to the police. So, yeah.
Not happy, just plain and simple, because it is selling them to the police, but it's also in talks of selling them to businesses, correct?
Well, yeah, that's where they started selling them.
Oh, to the businesses?
Yes.
And then to the police?
Yes.
All right, so as Jared was saying, you know, it's very futuristic style, and you walk by a traffic cam, it does this little futuristic noise thing. It brings you up, and then it tracks you to the next visible camera, and, you know, then it has a timeline of when you left your house, when you went to the store, when you left the store, when you went to the bank, etc., so on and so forth. And yes, this is a great thing for, you know, someone committed a murder, someone kidnapped a child, or elderly person, and they're on the run. But you can honestly just follow people because you feel they're doing something wrong. No real proof or evidence, you just could.
Right? Because it's not just mugshots that can be uploaded to the system. You know, we live in the social media age. You know, you've posted your photo how many times on Facebook? Facebook tells you, hey, would you like to tag your following 6 friends?
It's even got to the point, like, if I was to take a picture of me and Jared and post it, it can literally recommend, is this Jared Fradette?
Yes, it is.
And yes, you know, we do put a lot of personal information of ourselves out there. For instance, you're listening to our podcast, watching our show. But there's still a certain level of privacy. You don't know where I live. You don't know where I'm filming this technically. It's in the studio, but this could be anywhere. It's just camera magic. But you won't know when I leave or stop recording or where I'm at throughout the daily. I mean, some people post that, but I personally do not.
Oh yeah, definitely not. But yeah, so it's just really kind of concerning, particularly as, you know, there's no real laws governing this. You know, the police and companies say, oh, we promise not to do this for anything bad. But, you know, we don't believe them. Additionally, there's nothing stopping random employees from the companies from then taking the software for their own purposes. I mean, it's stealing, but
people steal things.
People steal things.
So let's say you have a manager at a store, and maybe he has the access codes to this, or whatever reason he has the, you know, access to the software. And let's say there's an employee that he finds a little, you know, fancy, and this employee has been dodging him, and he wants to just see what they're into or where they're at. Just essentially being an all-around creeper. I'm not trying to make this sound nice, but yeah, so now he types in the employee's picture, which they should have because the employee works
IDs.
there.
Yeah.
And now he can know where that person is, their comings and goings, and effectively stalk them without leaving his home.
It's something to be concerned about. I mean, you know, we talked about the Google Duplex a couple weeks ago, but that wasn't so much an invasion of privacy as this was.
Yeah, this was just a personal assist. That was more of like, do you have the right to know if a machine is booking something? But that's not, the machine isn't going to know who you are, take over, or do anything crazy, because the machine is still governed by you giving it commands, and it's simple commands like book an appointment,
Right.
not track someone's every movement. And then, concerning if they're trying to use this for crime prevention, how far they're willing to go with it. Like, and will they get the right person? Let's say I'm tagged as a 80% match for someone, but I'm still not that person. And I get randomly tackled in a grocery store or something.
Right. Actually, interesting you said that, because a recent MIT evaluation said that evaluating dark-skinned women, and I'm not sure if they meant black women or just incredibly tanned people. I assume black women. It misgendered them entirely 30% of the time. So like 1/3 of the time it's just wrong about your gender entirely.
And for those who are watching or know me, you clearly can see I am a dark-skinned individual. So that's highly concerning that, I can be ID'd for someone who may have committed a grievous crime.
Mm-hmm.
And given how grievous this crime was, I may be, held up, stopped, arrested, worst case scenario, shot and killed for something that wasn't done by someone who probably looks nothing like me.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like we said, if they're using this to stop crimes, what crimes are we stopping? So like I said, obviously murders, kidnappings, things like that, but I have an unpaid parking ticket.
Overdue library book, jaywalking.
Oh, that will be, honestly, okay, traffic cams at jaywalking spots. Could you imagine jaywalking and then receiving a ticket in the mail because the camera picked you up, Face ID'd you, found you in, oh man.
So that, first of all, that'd be terrible. But yeah, so again, with misidentifying people, there's a whole line of makeup and hairstyles and fashion that's already aimed at fooling facial recognition. I think it's crazy, right? It's like, you put highlights where you have shadows, you put giant blocks across your nose, your hairstyle covers your eyes, and like everything slants your face at a weird angle.
So we're talking about Blade Runner, Fifth Element style.
Exactly. So we're facing a whole cool kind of futuristic cyberpunk forward motion in fashion.
That would be...
So I can go out and commit all the jaywalking I want.
As long as you have, like, the Sia, what's the singer's name?
Sia?
Sia?
I'll say Sia.
Sia, the little wig that covers up her face and, like, the rainbow half black, half white hair. And
exactly. Well,
and I'll wear, like, the clear plastic that just has, like, the black bars over my,
just like, yeah, pixel your entire face. That would be pretty amazing.
But you said it can recognize you, but by you, not your face, which is, so we're doing head shapes?
Well, I'm not sure how they do that. I assume it's once you enter the store, it just is following the motion. Because keep in mind, because remember Amazon...
But not identifying you, just following you.
Right. So if you remember, Amazon had their own store where it was the concept of you don't have to pay, you walk in, take whatever you want, and it will build to your Amazon account based on it knowing your face.
That's cool and scary.
It kind of is. But now, again, I'll steal everything from Amazon using my Sia wig.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I was also thinking, if they really had that store, why didn't someone just come in like cap, coat, and just like, good luck finding me?
Right.
Or what if I just don't have an Amazon account? Wait, yeah, that...
Maybe you have to scan your face to get in?
What if I make a fake Amazon account with like just fake information?
I don't know this. I don't know these details.
Where's the store?
I have no idea. My guess would be Seattle. That's where their headquarters are.
Let's all go to Seattle.
Woo!
With some Amazon account.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure they thought about this. If they haven't, then if you're in Seattle, have fun. We have given you the keys to the kingdom.
Let us know. Let us know how that ends up.
Let us know how it goes. If it's successful, maybe send us some swag. If it's not, we're not testifying anything in court.
We're not. With no legal advice.
Yeah,
no. We are asterisk disclaimer. We're not
responsible. Not responsible. We have no money, so even if you try to sue us, I mean,
right? Haha. Suckers, we're broke. Oh, I made myself sad.
I don't. Well, because YouTube, we need like 10,000 followers and views. Exactly. Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. So, other companies that have been making big splashes, not companies, I suppose, it's games in general.
Yeah.
PUBG v Fortnite.
So if you don't know, PUBG, which stands for Player Unknown Battlegrounds, is suing Fortnite, which at this point you probably heard about it. Drake has played it. Other famous people in media have played it. People have talked about it. Little kids love it. You've seen streamers, YouTube videos. It's a giant cartoony style game where you go around to an island with about 25 to 50 other players, and the last person standing wins, and it's most known as Battle Royale. This comes from a game called PUBG, like I said, who made a Battle Royale style game in the same thing. There's a isolated island, they drop you off. It's more realistic, like a Call of Duty style, still third person over the shoulder though. And you fight it out, duke it out till there's one player left where he is the winner, chicken dinner. Now, as I said, PUBG is suing Fortnite because Fortnite has become insanely popular. So popular that this suing has been on CNN, BBC, Forbes, major media outlets that only cover games when it's associated with sorry to say, but like a school shooting, and they question if video games are too violent, or if there's like a sex scene in a game, and for reasons to buzz, but that sex scene came 2 hours into the game, and it's an optional choice.
And the game was rated M, and
Yes.
You should never buy your children things rated M. Nor should I see your child in the theater with me when I'm watching Deadpool. Be a parent.
There you go. Be better, people. Be better. So, now the question says, does PUBG have legitimacy? Because this is a game mode, not the entire game, because a lot of people don't know this. Fortnite was originally a zombie defense game.
Was it?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
it has the building mechanic where you build structures and houses and things. Well, during the day, you will make a fort. The fort in Fortnite.
Oh.
And then when nightfall came, legions of the undead would come. You would defend against them in a cartoon, hilarious humor style. The night in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And then, honestly, they saw PUBG in their Battle Royale mode. And they was like, we can do this in our game. So they made a mode, named it Battle Royale, and essentially copied the formula from PUBG, who's not the originator of the formula, but they copied their way of doing it and became so successful that, like Jared, people didn't know it was a zombie game.
No clue. None at all.
So, Jared, do you think PUBG has a legitimate case here?
I think they do, because unlike just the classic Battle Royale, because like you said, people have done Battle Royale all the time. I mean, Pokemon Sun and Moon did Battle Royale with the Masked Royale.
Yeah, and Bomberman has a Battle Royale where, you have like 10 to 12 Bombermen, and, you're just throwing bombs at each other until there's one person left.
Exactly. I mean, except for a few things, this is it's identical. They're basically identical, tons of people, shrinking resources, shrinking island. But additionally, like you were telling me earlier, they share the engine they're on.
Yeah, so it's funny because Fortnite is made by Epic Games, which is the owner and architect of Unreal Engine, which PUBG runs off of. So PUBG has to pay Epic Games to use the Unreal Engine. So they're connected there. So they're both running on the Unreal Engine, obviously. And I guess I could say, I don't think they have a case, but I guess like, unlike a mode where like shooters, you have multiplayer online shooters, Halo, mm-hmm. Call of Duty, Battlegrounds, etc. Mm-hmm. Same concept. A team of X amount to 50 kills wins. But this is like I guess stylistically you're on an island that's the same. Only the gameplay mechanics, because in Fortnite you can build things, in PUBG you can't. But other than that, it's...
Well, okay, so my second point being here, I think it really depends if they can prove that they've literally stolen the code. Because, like all the shooter games, like you said, there's other shooter games, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo of the Overwatch. They're all the same game. They really are. But they've clearly designed their own game. I think, I don't think any of them are going to try and argue that you've stolen my code. So, but since they're already kind of operating in the same engine, in the same platform, I think they legitimately think that they've stolen the code and, crossed out PUBG and wrote in Fortnite.
That's true. I mean, PUBG has lost considerably, probably a decent amount of revenue, because like I said, Fortnite is insanely popular, and there's some people who still haven't heard of PUBG despite them being the same thing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
really, because I would say Fortnite has almost lost. No, it has lost its original identity while taking over PUBG's identity, which morally, I think yes, like that's probably a little messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's competition, I suppose.
Yeah.
If a company does the same thing you're doing and people just like them doing it better, can Uber sue Lyft for being a car ride share?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think
like,
so.
I personally like Lyft a lot better. And clearly Lyft has cut into Uber's profit margin. Of course it has to.
Right? I mean, yeah, it's like you don't really own idea. It's not like what was Taylor Swift trying to like she tried to patent the song like Shake It Off, but someone said it was literally too generic. Shake it off, shake it off.
She tried to patent the phrase "shake it off."
Yeah, it's
like no one's ever said "shake it off" before she did.
Yeah, it's like no, it's too generic of a phrase to patent.
So, you think we can see more of this? Like more video game companies trying to sue over what they feel they are the architect of mode-wise? Okay, because clearly, for back in the day, you have games that are called like Mario clones. They're side-scrolling platformers. You jump on things, they die, you run. You have Metroidvanias, which are Metroid clones and things that are, I guess you don't really call shooters clones, but okay, no, you have things that are like Doom clones because Doom was the classic.
No, you don't have Doom clones. You just port Doom onto literally anything.
That's true.
Like here's my Tamagotchi playing Doom.
Here's
an old player piano playing Doom.
I mean, you could argue 007 is a GoldenEye. The holy grail of first person shooters.
That's my game, right? The Ravine, Odd Job. It's on. You know what we're talking about. This is between me and the camera. No, but okay, so I don't think this is going to start a wave of onslaught of companies suing each other of like battle modes, because I think specifically, even though theft does occur, like you said, with Mario clones, Nintendo's not losing money. Like if I'm Nintendo and you're Nintendo don't, and you're doing your Mario wish not. Nobody's heard of you. Like they know who Mario is.
But those are like legit IP theft. Like they're selling a Mario game that's not licensed or made by Nintendo.
Yeah, I just send you a little cease and desist letter, and you do. I don't need to like start a full like frivolous lawsuit.
Okay, but what if Sony makes a,
They're not gonna do that.
Okay, but I ideally I guess because Nintendo's not gonna compete with the Flash game, but if Sony makes a new I'm not trying to be like culturally racist on them. They make a French a French repairman who
I am a French painter. I paint the walls.
And he goes to save the princess and he jumps on
a moped and like a green moped with a red seat.
Yeah, and I don't
like Yoshi, and he climbs the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna stop before I offend. Before you get the point.
Just je désolé. I'm sorry.
I don't know French people. Jared just over here patronizing me with his.
No, I
study French.
I took that high school French class. I did not do a study abroad 2 years in France.
C'est la vie. My only French phrase. Right, that is French, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
That is life.
Yes.
C'est la vie.
And I used it correctly. Oh, but point is, if someone's on Nintendo's level, or because PUBG is just kind of PUBG versus Epic Games is someone solidified. So this, I guess, would be more like a little guy making a insert kind of new thing game, and then Nintendo making a version of that. Okay, Nintendo gave Splatoon a battle royale mode, and then
I don't think people would want to battle Nintendo. Like, it's like
enough people have sued. Like those people tried to sue over the Wii patent and the Switch patent, so there's people willing to do it.
Yeah, but did you hear how that went?
Neither did I. I still have a Switch. I think in the Wii one they actually settled out of court, which means they won. But
well, the Wii Pad was pretty. We all know it was a beta test anyway.
Yeah. But so ultimately, I guess I don't think PUBG has a case, and you do.
Yeah. So what else? So speaking of things that might have a case, last year was the 25th anniversary of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ooh, one of the classic animes out there for people who don't know. It got a Blu-ray DVD box set, or it's getting one. I'm not sure if it's out yet, actually.
Oh, then that would make this the 25th year.
No, I think last year was the 25th anniversary, but the DVD box set's coming out this year.
Fair enough.
You know what? We have Google.
We'll figure it out.
The main point is that DVD box set is going to contain a new animation.
Does this mean we're gonna get a relaunch of the series?
We don't know. But people are speculating, going crazy on Reddit and other online forums about that, which got me thinking, is this becoming a new trend? You know, Dragon Ball got the, not relaunch, but,
remake?
there we go, remake.
HD remaster?
There we go, an HD remastering of the original story called Dragon Ball Z Kai, which it closely followed the manga one for one, so no filler, no extra side characters, just a straight, clean story. And then Sailor Moon got that too, in Sailor Moon Crystal, which was a huge success. And then Dragon Ball Z doubled down and just continued the series in HD. And now people are speculating that Yu Yu Hakusho is about to do the same thing. So now we're wondering, should classic animes be continued? Should we... Because new anime still coming out, we don't have to worry about that. But should we have, like... Remember when HD remastering of games was real popular and people were like, I don't want a new Zelda. I just want Ocarina of Time HD. And Twilight Princess HD. And Skyward Sword HD, which is probably the only game on that list that probably really needed an HD remake.
Yeah, Skyward Sword was, like, blurry the entire time.
Yeah, like that.
It's odd.
That game. And at this point, we've gotten all the other, you know, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. So I'm just like, just do it, Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
But I digress back to the main point. So I think it's a good thing because a lot of those classic animes I feel like need to be watched.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know you haven't seen like Dragon Ball Z in its entirety, but you know enough. But I know there's some people who still haven't. Like, you know, you have the big names like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Sailor Moon. And it's really hard to revisit some of those classic shows, maybe because of quality. So I'm in favor of them. But as far as continuations go, unless the original creator is on it, I'm not a fan. But is there any classic shows, Jared, you would like to see?
Hunter, please come back.
Well, I mean...
Classic. Sorry. I'm gonna go with Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd like to see Season 0. It never came to America. And that was where it was really... It wasn't just card games. It was literally, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! King of Games. This is where the Pharaoh, you know, darkly played shadow games against people for big prizes.
Big prizes as in what?
Staying alive.
Oh. Okay.
Staying alive.
Staying alive.
Staying alive. But yeah, it's like you see a variety of complex little games where the Pharaoh cheekily essentially tricks people into like losing.
So basically he goes around just playing games with people for the sole purpose of sending them to hell.
No. Okay, like legitimately people like screw with his friends and he's like, you know, and then he goes through magical girl puberty. And he's like, you've messed with the wrong friends. You know, I challenge you
to Uno, and if you lose, you die.
Pretty much, yeah. But then it's like, but this is Shadow Uno. So the numbers represent how much of your life you're willing to like lay on the line. Things like that.
So you want to see an HD remake, remastering, retelling of Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0?
Yes.
So what about the actual series? No?
The series has already kept going on. Like,
oh, you're right.
And they just keep adding more complex things. That make
I guess
sense.
like let's say the Yugi part of it. You know, before they introduce, you know, I'm Joe Schmo living in 20X, and now we're playing dimensional Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice, pendulum, backwards. No, what they keep just adding like a new mechanic to an already convoluted card game.
They do. Yeah, but no, I just want Season 0. I'm not gonna get greedy. I just want Season 0. That'd be nice enough for me. Okay. I want Seto Kaiba with his full green hair. That makes sense because he looks closer related to Mokuba.
He has green hair?
Yeah, in the actual original, he has green hair.
Huh.
Like his money. Exactly.
So the show I want to see is Soul Eater. Because I really feel we need it. So if you remember Full Metal Alchemist, it had the same problem that it finished way before the manga did. So they had to kind of wrap things up in a made up fashion. But unlike Soul Eater, they kind of made an okay ending and people still love it.
It still made sense for the series. It gave us an explanation for things.
Yeah. But then ultimately they made Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is what the story should have been per the manga. And we get a more,
And we get all the answers.
Yeah.
It's just complete.
A complete story. Soul Eater is a great show about people who are Meisters. It follows 3 Meisters of Maka, Black Star, Death the Kid. And their weapons. Weapons are actual real people and they just turn to weapons. Watch the show, it makes sense, I promise. And it has a great premise, good characters, good banter, and literally halfway through it loses its identity completely. Which basically builds up to a very unsatisfying ending of the main character Maka being both a Meister, and a weapon, which never been done before and isn't really heavily explained because it already explicitly said you couldn't do that.
Right. They give her the Ichigo Kurosaki treatment. You are the golden child everything. You're a Visored, you're a Fullbringer, you're a Soul Reaper, you're a Quincy, you're a human,
Which gives you the ultimate power to just do whatever the hell you feel like.
Pretty much.
And then ultimately the ultimate bad guy was really complex and cool, but she didn't fear him and she had the ultimate power of hope and a lot of convoluted nonsense and one-shots him and doesn't really... And there was really cool characters in Ori... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, no, actually, she doesn't one-shot him. She uses the ultimate weapon, which he's immune to. Then she tries again with a different, more ultimate final perfect weapon he's immune to. Then she decides to just punch him in the face.
Ah, yeah.
And that wins.
That wins because she
hoped it would work.
Yeah, literally, that's how they wrap that up.
I prefer the power of friendship.
Oh, that's... Ooh, Fairy Tail. I'm not getting into that.
Fairy Tail needs a redaction.
There we go. We should just get an HD demake. We should just erase all traces of Fairy Tail from everything.
Mm-hmm. Good old Mind Scrub. Mind Crush. Okay.
Yeah, so I really feel because there's other side characters and plots. A lot of plot that goes unmentioned. A lot of characters that don't get any shine. Because they introduce all these characters and then you just never see them again.
Mm-mm.
And they're very vital to the plot. And, there's other great shows like Kenshi, Rurouni Kenshin. I'm sorry.
Inuyasha?
I'm actually not a fan of Inuyasha. I know everyone loves it. I know everyone's going to hate me. But it was soap opera anime style. It was like, yo, we have to get the recon... The what jewel? We gotta get the demon
jewel. Cool. No, it's probably the demon jewel. I don't remember.
I forgot the exact name, but we have to get that. But every other episode was like, I love you, but I can't love you. It's like, well, I don't love you, but it's like, I secretly do. But it's like, why don't y'all be together? It's like, we can't be together. Sit, boy.
But he's a demon, and she's a human, and it's difficult.
But he's half demon, and he has this complex about it because he has to be a bad boy. See, it's so like... He's like, I have to be a bad boy.
But they could never be together because he's an immortal vampire and he's gone through high school in Seattle for Wait, no, that was Twilight. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't did an HD remake of Inuyasha. I feel like it would sell like hotcakes.
Like I said, they really should. Regardless of what you think about it, they really should just make an HD remake of it. I would... No, I would like a retelling, a more true to form Trigun.
Ooh, you know what? I almost should go back and just change it to Trigun because that Vash is just a highly interesting character.
I really want to cosplay as Vash the Stampede, and it's great. And I think we get just a snippet of it at the end of the series where it's revealed. Him and his brother are angels that were supposed to save humanity, but his brother turned out, he wanted to destroy humanity, and it turns out Vash the entire time is just this defunct angel who can't heal himself at all, and his brother makes fun of him for it.
They were angels?
They were angels.
My God.
Yeah.
Alright, just for that fact alone, we needed an HD remake, retelling, and remastering of that. That would be great.
Yeah.
What would y'all like to see?
Ooh. Right?
I don't know. I feel like just Toonami. Yeah, there we go. We all know what Toonami is, the anime block of Cartoon Network. We all know what Toonami is. It is the anime block that was on Cartoon Network. And honestly, if you're in America, if you're not in America, whoa, thank you for watching. But if you're in America, Toonami is pretty much how, if not all of us, the vast majority got introduced into anime. So just do all of those. And Jared, I think we now agree that just Trigun, yeah. I'll live it out. Retelling them Trigun would just be
A-okay. So that, we think we kind of differ, though, on if we think PUBG has a case or not.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think they're wasting their time.
They'll get something. They'll get something out of this.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think they're going to lose their ultimate goal that no one's going to play.
Oh, yeah. No, people will keep playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
They're not going to...
And I feel like you're only going to play PUBG if you were already in PUBG. Like, they're not going to get new people to their fan base, sadly.
No.
Whatever it is now is going to be what it is, and it's just going to go downhill from there.
Right. And then we're both terrified by Amazon's Rekognition. Don't ID us, please. Don't ID us. Yeah. So that's that for this episode of Full Circle.
Follow us at FC Podcast 23.
Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jared Fradette. Find me at ToonVelo.
And I am Odell Harmon Jr. Follow me at, you guessed it, Odell Harmon Jr.
And until next time.
Thank you for joining us this week, people.